Welcome back to Frankbrox Art. Let's see how much of the Froggy Show comic Brian has drawn so far. Hopefully more than last time. Everybody, Phoebe here. Today we're taking another look at Brian's long-running project, the Froggy Show. And when I say long-running, I mean long-running. I'm pretty sure this comic has been in progress longer than some cartoons stay on television. But hey, progress is progress. Let's see what we've got. Right away I can see Froggy, backgrounds, trees, and actual comic panels. That's already a good sign, because a blank page is much harder to show off. Okay, first thing I noticed, these panels are starting to come together nicely. We've got Froggy sneaking around, we've got expressions, and we've got some pretty detailed scenery. That's important, because backgrounds do a lot of the storytelling in comics. The funny thing is, artists always think they're drawing one simple tree. Then somehow, that one tree turns into 20 trees. And suddenly, your entire evening is gone. And let's talk about all this line work. That's a lot of drawing. Every board, every branch, every little detail had to be drawn by hand. Meanwhile, I'm over here wondering if Brian remembers what he ate for breakfast. But somehow, he remembers the story for a comic he's been working on for years. Honestly, that's kind of impressive. Hi, maybe artists have a special memory reserved only for unfinished projects. What I like about this page is that it feels like something is happening. The characters aren't just standing around. The scene is building suspense. You start wondering what Froggy is looking at. What's behind the fence? What's going to happen next? Good comics make readers ask questions. And this page definitely makes me curious about what's coming next in the story. I do have a question for Brian. Do you actually have a deadline for finishing the Froggy Show? Or Are we all just checking in every few months to discover another completed panel? Because at this rate, Froggy might finish his adventure right around the time I graduate from Cartoon Elementary School, and that's assuming Brian doesn't start 3 more projects before then. Maybe that's the secret. Maybe the Froggy Show isn't a comic. Maybe it's an endurance challenge. Maybe future artists will study this project and say, "Wow, look at the dedication." Or maybe they'll say, "Wow, look at all those trees." Either way, people are going to remember it, especially the trees. There are always more trees. But seriously, this is how creative projects get finished. Not all at once, not overnight. A comic gets completed 1 page at a time, 1 panel at a time, sometimes 1 character at a time, and sometimes 1 background element at a time. Every little bit counts. That's something a lot of people forget when they only see finished artwork online. Most people only see the final image. They don't see the sketches. They don't see the revisions. They don't see the hours spent fixing little mistakes. That's why I enjoy showing these work-in-progress videos. You get to see how a project grows over time, and honestly, watching the journey can be just as interesting as seeing the finished piece. So far, I think the Froggy Show is heading in the right direction. There's still work to do. There are still panels to finish. And I'm sure there are still a few more trees waiting to be drawn. But every update looks better than the last one. That's what matters. Progress doesn't have to be fast. It just has to keep moving forward. Well, that's my report on the Froggy Show. Keep it up, Brian. I want to see where Froggy's adventure goes next, and I'd love to hear what all of you think about the comic so far. Leave a comment and let me know.